Yo, what's up, guys? It's AP. I wanted to make a video today. The video today, what we're going to cover is how to recover from a big loss in trading, how to get that mindset, how to get rid of that fog you got in your head and move on from a big loss and make an even bigger win off of that loss. Um, you know, I know plenty of you guys have been there where you taken your first loss, you said, okay, I'm risking $250 today. Boom, you enter a trade, you risked your full 250 in that first trade, you lose, you get stopped out. What do? Say, okay, I'm going to place one more trade. I'm going to risk one more trade. Okay, so now your total of risk $500 on the day. A whole percentage, like you're now a whole another trade of where you didn't want to be in the first place, and then you get stopped out again. Now you lost $500. Now you're in that mindset of, I need to make it back, I need to make it back, I need to make it back now. No, that's not the mindset to be in. That is where you need to stop. That's where you need to stop. That's where, in our first video, your journal comes in. That's where going and taking a walk comes in. That's where we talked about and having patience and discipline, going to the gym, finding other things to do, writing down every single emotion you're feeling in that exact time so you don't place another trade, so you just hop off the charts. You hopping off the charts for the day after taking your one loss is a bigger win than hopping into another trade and taking a win for the day. Getting off the charts after one loss and taking your loss and not going above what your prepared risk for the day, not going over that and just getting off the charts for that day is a way bigger win than staying on the charts for a whole another 3-4 hours and then just making back what you lost. No, you could have saved that whole another few hours. You could have done something productive, saved your headspace, started being disciplined in another area. You would have started full porting yourself instead of the charts. You would have been working on you. You've been working on patience. The market pays patience. Who knows? You could have been entered a whole nother trade you thought was an A plus setup. Next thing you know, here's someone's exit liquidity, and boom, you're stopped out again. Because majority of the time, after the first hour and a half of market open, majority of the time, there's not going to be any more big moves in the market for that day. Majority of the time, it's all going to be retracements. So you're going to have terrible risk reward ratios. You're going to have terrible placements of your stop loss where it shouldn't be. And you're also going to have terrible entries most likely. So what do all three of those things add up to be? Getting stopped out and losing again and being in an even worse headspace. That's why, in my opinion, and many professionals' opinion, if you want to think professionally, you want to think like a millionaire, you want to think like a billionaire, that's what they do. They take their loss, they get off, and they move on to the next day. There's always going to be a tomorrow. There's always going to be a brighter tomorrow. You just got to make that tomorrow bright. You can't keep killing yourself. You can't keep going into the red. Like, you got to let the bleeding stop. You got to let the bleeding stop, put some gauze in there, soak it up, stop it, and then move on. It's just going to dry up. So that's why I wanted to come on and talk to you how to take a loss. How do when I'm entering a trade, okay, say I want to risk a total of $500 for the day. My total risk for the day is $500. How I'm doing it is I'm breaking into two $250 risk trades. So me personally, if they aren't A++ setups, I'm most likely not entering the trade. I'm most likely not going to press buy or press sell unless it's an A++ setup, because I'm looking to place 1 to 2 trades a day and I'm only risking $500 for the day. My total account is 50K account, so my 1% of the day would be $500. Perfect. That's exactly where I want to be. It's exactly where you should want to be, is 1% of your account. Boom. I lose my first trade. Boom. I lose my second trade. What am I doing? I'm writing down every single emotion, why I entered the first trade, every single emotion going through my head, what was playing in my mind while I was doing this trade, okay? And then after, I'm going to write down exactly why I got into the trade, what confluences, what building blocks made me want to enter, and why did I enter? Okay, I got these 2, 3 things written down on why I'm in the trade mentally and strategic wise, why I'm in the trade. I'm writing that down after my loss. And then I look at where could I have went better? Where could I have optimized for a better entry, and where could I have optimized for a better risk to reward? So that's what you really want to look for, because in every single loss that you take in the market, it's never going to be the market's fault. It's always going to be your fault. No matter what, you are the one that's wrong. The market's going to do what it wants to do no matter what. It's going to move however it wants to move no matter what. If the market wants to go up, it's going to go up no matter if you predicted it to go down or not. If your daily bias said I want it to go down and the market goes up, well, the market's not fucking wrong. It was going to go up either way. Your daily bias is wrong. Where did you analyze wrong? What did you do wrong that morning that made you say market's going down, placing a trade down? What did you do wrong? There's always something you did wrong. You can always find room for improvement. If you are a truly ambitious person, truly committed to growing, truly committed to being better than the person next to you or the person in front of you, if you are that committed, you will find a reason on where you went wrong. You will find somewhere in there that you went wrong and how you could have done better. You truly will. If you're not a whiny little bitch, let's be real. If you're not a whiny little bitch saying pick me now, and the world is against me, if you're not a whiny little bitch, you're going to find a reason and say, yo, I was wrong, not the market. How could I have done better right fucking now? What could I have done better in this trade to get me a return? What could I have done better? And then after you do that, after you journaled, go on a walk. The things that we talked about in the last video, find something to be disciplined upon. Go to the gym, take your dog for a walk, go fucking do 10, 20 push-ups, fucking do something other than get fat and lazy and watch a fucking screen. Don't keep typing, don't keep looking at charts. Stay off the charts for the day. If you have a study session, if you have something going on that involves the charts, don't do it until the market closes. Stay off the charts until the market closes after your 2 losses. So your brain's not wiring itself back. I need to make money. No, we need to stay off of it. So we just stay off the charts for the day. We journal. We go do something that we're supposed to be disciplined on doing. That makes it a win. So far, we've already won. We've learned on how we could do better. We learned from the losses, so we turned a loss into a lesson. That's a win in itself. We're going to the gym. We're going and working on ourselves. That's another win. So in total, we're on 2 wins out of 1 loss for the day. You've already doubled up. Just by working on yourself. Trading in life like this. Everything you do in trading, you will have to carry over to life. Everything you do in life will carry over to how you act in the charts. It just goes hand in hand. If you have these 2 separated, you're going to be fucking until these are here, that's when you go there. In my true honest opinion, it's all up here, man. 80% of trading is up here, man. The other 20% is your strategy, whatever works for you. But so, after we take a loss, we're journaling, we're finding ways where we could do better, and we're taking a loss and turning it into a lesson. And then after that, we're going and working on ourselves. We're going on a walk. We're going to the gym. We're gonna fucking re-energize. We're gonna go get some food in ourselves. We're fucking, getting our mind right, getting our body right. Getting our body right will get our mind right. So you go eat some healthy foods, proteins. After the gym, you gotta feed that workout. Eat some good food. Really, you want to keep your mind off the charts, distant from the charts, but you don't want to forget that lesson. You want to forget the loss, but you don't want to forget the lesson. You want to remember that lesson because that lesson can carry over to tomorrow, so you don't do the same thing. So instead, you can look at, yesterday, same exact scenarios going on, kinda. We got the same kind of choppy movement. Yesterday I saw that this happened for this to happen, and it optimized me to go up here so I could get a better entry here. Why don't I just follow that? Why don't I be patient and let the market play out? The market will pay patience. It'll come to you. You'll see it. It'll click and you'll be like, Boom. And you won't even think about it. Next thing you know, full take profit. You gotta forget about the numbers. You gotta forget about the P&L. You gotta just trade. Just trade. Just do your strategy. Do what you've learned the next day. Not after you've taken the loss the same day. The next day. After you've worked on yourself. After you've replaced your loss with lesson. You've replaced your loss with a lesson. And then worked on yourself. Grinded yourself out. And then fucking 2x yourself off of that loss. Then we go in and work on the market. After we work on ourselves, though. All right. And if you got a study session, you have to get back on the charts to back test, whatever. That's your brain saying, oh, I need to get on the charts to back test right now at fucking 10 a.m., 11 a.m. after I just lost 2 trade. No, that's your brain telling you to get back in the charts and get wired back in and try and gamble some more, because that's all you're doing at that point is gambling. It's all you're fucking doing. It's fucking gambling at that point. So no, we get off the charts. If you got a back test, you got a study session, you do it when the market's closed. You do it from the time of 5 p.m. to fucking 7 p.m., 8 p.m. when the market has no movement at all and you're not going to be fucking sucked into placing a trade. You can actually go in there with a clear mind, learn something, back test, study, do what you have to do, and get off. But it all starts here, and just wanted to go out there and give this video to you guys. Thank you, and remember, you're a legend.